Hello Internet people, Corrupt Reverend here, and you're watching my beginner's guide to making a D&D adventure and setting. How are you guys doing this year, I guess I should say. I kind of dropped off the radar for a while there, didn't I? I think my last upload was in October of last year. So, welcome back to everybody joining me from before, and welcome just period to anybody who's just finding me. Um, so yeah, long break, super long break. Just kind of got busy and really didn't have time to sit down and work on this. Um, Also, I started actually playing in a D&D game rather than DMing a game, so that's super awesome. But on that note, we're coming close to finishing up the 5th edition starter set, Lost Mines of Phandelver, and that means I'll be back in the driver's seat for D&D, which also means that I really need to get cracking and finish this, because this is I'm planning on running this adventure for my group. So why not just start right now, huh? All right. So last video we left off, we had started on making the actual adventure. Um, I don't think we got very far. I was just kind of reviewing the video, but um, just basically broad strokes so far, and really that's kind of where I am still at. One update is that I have actually finished the map of Takmir, so that's a load off. This was such a grueling map to make, and it's far from perfect, and like the perfectionist the perfectionist in me um, really wants to go back and redo this because there's there's a lot wrong with it, but technically it'll work for what I need it to do, but there's a lot of like inconsistencies with like street spacing. um, like I'm feeling that in order for this map to coincide with how I described Takmir, uh, these buildings have to be pretty large to house the number of people that are in the city. So when you figure that each one of these little buildings is actually a big building, that makes the streets like 100 feet wide, which is silly. So there's some things that I don't like about it that I may go back and redo. But the main thing is I got at least this draft done, and I'm mostly happy with it, except for most basically just the scaling issue. Um, Other than that, it should work out fine. So that's really all that I've managed to finish since October, which is just terrible. But hopefully I'll get back into the swing of things and finish this out, and hopefully we'll finish it together. How about that? That would be sweet. So got the map done in Takmir. We left off. I was trying to think of hooks basically for the adventurers, or I discussed hooks. I don't know. There might be some recap in this video, and that's not for your benefit. That's for mine, because I just honestly don't remember what exactly I've talked about so far. So I'm pretty sure we didn't. Well, that's not what I want. Um, Arrival at Dorum'Tel. Yeah, only have some bullet points here for the beginning of the adventure. So what have I got so far? Text box description needed. Man, a lot of work to do. Okay, PCs arrive in port. Captain notes the lack of ships. PCs can pass skill check perception to notice lack of skips. Otherwise, captain will mention it. Captain leaves them to check on his brother before leaving. Captain points them in any direction they need to go. Okay, so the biggest hurdle for me at this point is how I want to start this, because in the previous videos I've been planning on starting the adventure after um, the the second siege, or was the second siege the second siege. God, I've been I haven't even been thinking about this damn thing. I forgot all the names and stuff. This is awful. Okay. Let this be a lesson to you. Don't put things on the back burner too long, or you'll end up having to waste time just remembering what all you've got so far. So, um, the plan was to have the adventurers come into the story when there's already drama happening, right? When the entire island is in distress. But the more I think about that, the more I'm not sure I want to go that way. I'm starting to lean more toward the adventurers, or the PCs basically, um, arriving when basically before the shit hits the fan, so that would give them time to establish themselves on the island. It will let them get attached to NPCs and the setting in general, and basically just act as a way to trick them into caring, right? Because adventurers can be fairly callous, and if there's not a sparkling hoard of gold or some cool magic item, they might just say fuck it. So, one way I think that you can avoid acute fuckititis is is by giving them a, a world that they feel like is worth saving, one that they actually belong to, rather than just plopping them into this strange setting with strange characters and trying to convince them that they want to save the the characters and even the setting in some cases. So it's that's part of why I'm kind of leaning towards them arriving and everything's just kosher in the city of Takmir and on the island of Dorum'Tel. Uh, and and then there could be a big spot of drama when, you know, uh, all the crazy shit starts happening in the mines again. So that would lead me into a different direction as to what they're going to be doing. Um, and I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, it's right there. Excuse me. Didn't even have time to mute the mic. Fuck it. I will say I'll edit it out in post, but I'm not going to. You're just gonna have to listen to me sneeze. So, I sneezed away my train of thought. I'm going to. Fuck. It was a good sneeze, though. Totally worth it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to basically restructure how everything's gonna go down. They're basically going to have, I hate to say it, but sort of busy work quests leading up to the shit hitting the fan, and them, actually trying to save the island, as it were. So, I've already got some ideas for that, which I think I went over in the last one. Um, Things like help Mirandil and Forest. So I believe my idea for that was, oh, okay, so that won't necessarily work until after the mines get shut down, because the idea for helping Mirandil, which is the little elven village in the woods that makes potions. The idea behind helping them was basically that the planner portal opened up and Murskas are being seen and causing havoc in the forest. So that can't happen yet. So that would have to be something a little bit later, unless I change it up to give them something else to do there. Which would probably actually be a good idea, to give them basically some starter quests in all the settlements of the island, so that they have a rapport with the NPCs that live there and make them want to help them. So there's that. And there's also Find Terrell. Again, that's something that was supposed to happen after the planner portal opens up. Go to Ket. This I can work with. Ket is the desert outpost for the clerics of Dumathoin, and um, what I can do is have them go to Ket. I was going to have them go to Ket because the council hadn't heard from anybody in Ket for a while. So they were going to go and check out what happened. This still works. What happened is that there have been a lot of goblins and other such beasties, and they've just been inundated out there in the desert. So that will work for this revised plan of attack. Um, clear out shrine, that works too, because that's part of the Ket deal. But then investigate Color Narinth, that won't work until after the planner portal. Um, so basically, I'm just gonna have to think of like starter quests to get him in the world and acquainted with it. Um, one thing I did type down here during this previous break, I had an idea for it, and it was long enough ago so that I don't remember the details of it. But basically, this is skipping forward from where we are right now. But since it's on the screen, I might as well talk about it. Triandril's lair access. So basically, for the overarching plot of like once the planner portal opens back up, they're gonna have to go into the mines, seal off the portal. The portal is going to do that. They're gonna have to go into Triandril's lair, his fucking little crazy room in the way underground. So I had the idea for having 4 portals, all to different planes, and each portal has a creature native to that plane of existence. So when they go through a portal, well, backtrack a little, they have to go through the right portals in the right order, in order to get to Triandril's lair. So let's just say there's a Feywild portal, there's a fire plane portal, and a couple more, whatever. They would have to go into the Feywild portal first, let's just say, and kill whatever's in that plane's portal room. So each portal, God, this is getting kind of confusing, but hopefully I'm getting it across. 4 doors, right? 4 doors in the mine. Go through door number 1, Feywild. It's a room, like a portal room in the Feywild, and there's a creature there they have to kill. Once they kill it, they can go through the other door. Or actually, I like this better. Each portal, or each planner portal room, this is hard to explain. Basically, there's 4 doors. Man, why do I always make these things? It's at like 1 in the morning. So they go into a room in the mines. There's 4 doors. Each door goes to a different plane. In each plane door, there's another room with 4 doors, each going to 3 other planes, and then the material plane, the normal plane that they came from. So go through door number 1 in the mine, you end up in Feywild room. Kill the thing in there. You can go back out the door you came in through, and that'll just bring you back to the mine. Or you can go through one of the other 3 portals, which takes you to, say, the plane of fire, or 2 other planes. By going through one of those, it's the same deal, a room with 4 doors. And so they'll have to figure out what order to go through in order to get to Triandril's little lair hideout place. In order to figure that out, there's going to be some riddle or puzzle or rhyme or something that tells them the order in which to go. So the only thing I want to add to this is yeah. So that's like in-game stuff right there. But I don't know, I thought that was kind of clever and it could be fun. Let them get a taste of a few different plane and different creatures that they might not otherwise get to encounter. So, that's that. Quests. We need to think of quests that they will be doing. Um, well, let's do pre shit hit the fan quests and post shit hit the fan quests. There we go. So these two will be post. There we go. So far these guys can all be good. Let's see here. Something like could do an escort quest, something like that. Help gather potion ingredients for Mirandil. M-I-R-A-N-D-I-L. There we go. And that could get them a few healing potions or something earlier in the game than they would normally get. Because that's one thing I have to think about is my group, the players that I'll be DMing for, are all about magic items. So this is going to be kind of a magic-heavy adventure and setting. So success gets them a few free potions. There we go. Go to cat, clear out shrine, that's going to be post also. There we go. Alright, so what are some other quests we could do? Something having to do with the criminal peoples in oh, what did I name them? I gave them a name, I think. Harborside. I thought I had a name for like the criminal group. I guess. Oh, Thieves Black Cloak Society. There we go. So I'll just. I'm not going to do anything specific, but. Yeah. Centric task. So yeah, these are super broad strokes here. Cloak. No, cloak. There we go. Just something for me to gestate on and come up with better ideas for. So something having to do with the Black Cloak Society, either helping them with something or helping the city deal with them in some way. What I'll do is I'll figure out something for both scenarios and let the players dictate which way they go with it. So if they end up befriending the Black Cloak Society, then they're going to be helping them in some way. Whereas if they befriend the enforcers or whatever in Takmir, then they'll probably be doing something against the Black Cloak Society. Help or hinder depends on PC actions. There we go. Let's see here. What else? What else have we got going? Let's pull up a map. Map. I never shrunk this down. There we go. What else could I do? I guess that actually might be enough, and then the shit can hit the fan, I suppose. Yeah, I think that'll... Ooh, itty bitty. Bring it back. There we are. Yeah, that'll do for now. And if I think of more, which hopefully I will, I'll add more. And then I'll go ahead and I'm gonna have to flesh out all these quests. Yeah, that'll do nicely. I'm really happy about the portal door room thing. That makes me happy. You know what? Let's keep it light for this little episode or installment or whatever. Rather than going 40 minutes. I think I have plenty to work on here and build upon. So yeah, that will be it for this installment. The big thing for me right now is just deciding. I'm really heavily leaning towards not having the shit hit the fan as soon as I get there. Because of all the reasons already listed. But I'm not completely sold on it yet. But I'm like 93.27% sure that's what I'm gonna do. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments. That would be cool. Do you think it would be more fun to arrive on Dorum'Tel and see it as it normally is, like in its prime, so to speak, and then have shit hit the fan? Or do you think it would be more fun to arrive and just right in the thick of it, like everybody is already abandoning the island and like they're scrambling to try and figure out what to do? Let me know what you think. 'Cause I could definitely use some help on deciding on that. Like I said, I'm really heavily leaning towards having them arrive before anything bad happens, just so that they can get to know the setting before they're just thrust into this horrible situation. But if you have a compelling argument against that approach, let me know in the comments. That would be cool. So, until next time, this is Corrupt Reverend, and I hope you will all take it easy.